you know, you disappoint me. But you know what didn't disappoint me?
I know half of them. Half of the people that he mentioned, I know.
Do you know about when Undertaker threw Mankind off the top of the Hell in the Cell?
Not really.
Oh my god.
Let's focus on what matters here. That's
the
Dota 2. JT is going to be playing Tidehunter this time around, but not an easy matchup for him. You know, playing into Ursa, which was left to the pool, kind of an obvious choice that they're going to go for it. I guess it was two of those. Monkey King banned out as well. PSG.LGD one more time with very scaling lineup, like very tempo-oriented based. Ursa a bit more slower, I would say, than Luna. Doesn't provide you that extra aggression on the side lanes, especially during the nighttime with that global aura, but it does threaten Roshan. Like, if Ursa's off to a good start, I don't mind this matchup. He's also a hero that builds into MKB, so looks really good. The one hero that he does not like to play into is Disruptor, the glimpse back after he uses Enrage to reposition him. Xtreme, seems like this is going to be a fight.
Yeah, it looks like they might want to fight. They've got the Fire Spirits coming down, as well as the Star Storm. Illusory Orb and Paparazzi already in trouble. Nothing to say. He's not going to get that first blood. DY standing his ground with Kaka over to the side. These axes just doing a lot of damage from Zeal. He's back on that Beastmaster, and Paparazzi giving over a Tango just to try and help out with the regen. And Kaka's just going to stay and harass a little bit. I feel like he's throwing that out to try and even up the lane a little bit, but that didn't exactly do that much damage.
No, it really didn't. Nothing to say. Immediate tip at Kaka. He's like, yeah, we just harass Paparazzi so much that he's going to have a much harder time. Like we've seen yesterday, there was a Dragonite into Timbersaw matchup, which, like, Dragonite got a first blood on Timbersaw, which is something that doesn't happen, but like this first blood, the first point of contact was this Dragonite that I'm talking about. So he got harassed, the Timbersaw, way too much. Same goes for Storm Spirit now. Still 100 away from a bottle. Needs to be careful. Nothing to say. Also dropping low, but playing very aggressively here.
Yeah, Illusory Orbs and even jaunting forward to it with the creeps here, so he knows he's not going to be hit by that tower for a bit. And Paparazzi having to play very conservatively where he's not really able to secure too much CS while these creeps live under the tower. This is really tough for him. 5-2 though, to the 4-2 of nothing to say. But more and more as they're under the tower, they'll start to get denied. And nothing to say controlling the mid lane for the moment, especially having way more health. But as I say that, he gets hit down a peg and will be just about even in terms of HP at that point.
It's not going to be an easy Storm Spirit game. Zeal, this time around.
Dagger, Fairy Fire, trying to get into the trees and out of the vision, but DY's chasing. They throw out the axes. Zeal's still alive, but eventually falls for first blood. Ghost gets that first blood. This feels like old Xtreme Gaming, because this is a very, we have Lou, and this is what he knows how to play kind of draft. But they give the Phantom Assassin over to Ghost, so we'll see how he does with it.
So far, so good. First blood in his hands. Extra gold. Going for Blightstone, extra harassment to deal with potential boars, but Zeal not falling for it. He is the one that's gonna adapt his skill build, going for the Inner Beast instead, and going for Wild Axes. Might still go for Wild Boar later down the line. Get another point in Wild Axes, get 1 point in Summons, but don't use them, just in case, because they die way too quickly.
Taking a look back over mid, and only 8-4 for nothing to say. He hasn't exactly gained too much on the CS route. Icarus dive and a gush being thrown forward. Shiro with the jump back and the Thunderstrike on him. Kaka has glimpse in 3 seconds, but not looking to put the pressure on immediately. Instead, they'll throw it on to Why You Smile, because they've got another gush.
Good body blocks.
Thunderstrike. This should be a kill, and it's a complete turnaround from what we saw at the back end of game number 1, where Xtreme Gaming, they are getting kills early on.
They did start off with the kills even in the previous game, but the game kind of crumbled 10-15 minutes into the game.
So can they hold on to it this time? They're also going to get Shiro's Courier.
Nothing to say. We'll get his bottle refilled by Y, and we'll run back to the top lane. As soon as Puck hits level 6, there should be one hero rotating at a Rubik, because you will always have Rubik to play with in terms of I have a tool to snap the coil with. My brain just stopped working for a second.
All right. So we'll see if he comes over, and for right now he's playing pretty deep. Planet. This is... So, Planet and Shiro, they played together for a long time, and they continue to have this chemistry. As Zeal, I'll hold that thought for a second, trying to TP, will be successful.
Nice and done.
Kaka, though, over in the river, won't be as fortunate, it seems, with the Fire Spirit, but he might be able to deny to neutrals, and the tick
last
actually
tick
works out for Wyu Smile. So it looked like he might get away with getting that deny. As Planet chases DY.
Nice play from Zeal there. Managed to TP out, drags the creep wave, so there is no arrow available, and he TPs to tier 2 tower, just in case someone TP'd to tier 1 tower, and the TP is going to be longer. Paparazzi's bottle also going to be refilled by Kaka.
Yeah, so back to what I was saying about Planet and Shiro, when they played together a long time ago, the start of this chemistry was eHome Immortal. Back when eHome back when they existed and back when they had academy teams. Then they went to Phoenix Gaming, and they've just been playing together, and you could kind of read them together, the chemistry between these two players. And what got everybody interested in Planet, myself and everybody who was doing the Chinese region before, we saw Planet having these amazing games on Rubik to where the community was calling him, the next F1. So when you watch him on a hero like this, I feel like there's a lot of expectations, and we'll see what he's going to be able to accomplish. As Kaka,
will drop
glimpse,
anyway.
Will fall.
Also, big wave approaching. So far, Wyu Smile managed to get a lot of stuff done. He gets a kill, gets another assist, blocks the Ancient Camp from stacking, forces Kaka one more time out of the lane, which does allow Shiro to play a bit more aggressive here.
Zeal again, he's going to get caught. Doesn't have the help from Planet, throws out the axes, trying to juke through the trees, but Ghost has another one. Don't really want to push a Phantom Assassin into quicker farm, that's for sure.
Definitely not. Another bottle refill, another rune for Paparazzi. This time he's having a much better game, Planet.
Nothing to say, he's going to make the shift. Planet coming over, has a Fade Bolt in a second, but Starstorm kills him. The turnaround, a little bit of a bait with the TP in for Nothing to Say. Dream Coil committed on a Ghost, but it doesn't do enough, and with the double damage from the bottle, the refill, the mana's there. They've got the Vortex, though. Get the kill and Nothing to Say and take out this puck.
This time, Xtreme Gaming, much cleaner execution. They're much more active. First rotation from Paparazzi. He gets something done. And he's also not the one who's getting coiled with the first one, so he's going to start to tank up with his items. DY now in trouble. Does have 2 leave charges available, but no mana whatsoever.
So he'll fall to Zeal. Zeal finally getting himself on the board, which, it's been a little bit of a rough ride for him.
Yeah, straight up not having a good time in this game. They did shut him down. Morana, they also got the first blood. One slow. Kind of hard to play, and also you had Rubik going to the mid lane, walking around, leaving him alone. So made his lane much more difficult. And I'm a really big fan that Ghost did not commit to go for full Orb of Corrosion, just keeping the casual Blightstone for now, and then going into Battle Fury. Does not want to delay his timings.
Yeah, I think he understands that he doesn't need to be aggressive in the game right now. He could go for the Battle Fury. You've got Storm, who's having a good lane, so he could be the one who's that mid-tempo pusher, who's using, say, the movement that he's got and the help that he has to get kills like this and take out Zeal again. This is complete 180 from what we saw in that first game for Zeal.
Zeal needs to make some stacks going. I see Boar already inside triangle, trying to make some stacks going. But the Ancients, they're not going to be stacked because there is a Sentry Ward that DY placed before he died.
Telekinesis, but Ball Lightning in. DY's here with a short-range arrow. Might be enough to help get the kill, and it will be. So Paparazzi now on a killing spree. Talking about 180s, I mean, Paparazzi now showing up. But,
having so much better game compared to the previous one.
That first movement was a success, and I think that's the big difference, right? Like, he went with Queen of Pain, TP top, didn't get anything, got stuck in that lane, and Ghost went mid, and that's not really the case in this one. He got a kill, came back, and has continued to just keep the ball going.
Xtreme Gaming understands that they need to play around Paparazzi. They did secure him the rune, they did refill his bottle 2 times, and now TP available on him.
Ghost is gonna get another kill. This is scary. for LGD going forward. Because you said it. You, as an Ursa lineup, you want that early Roche, right? But if Xtreme Gaming can give you a contest on that and take it themselves, the LGD lineup kind of falls apart.
They don't have the best Roche taking lineup on Xtreme Gaming that they can just go in and take him themselves, but they can contest definitely when Ravage Static Storm is available with the Moonlight Shadow. Maybe try to upset it.
Oh,
Ursa,
Hammer for Tide.
what am I? You smiling? You don't like it anymore?
No, I know some people are just like, kind of, they hear Meteor Hammer and they just, oh, that item again?
Yeah, I freeze whenever oh no, God.
Please, no. Means I'm just going to talk about Meteor Hammer upgrades the rest of the cast. I know how you feel about it. I'm telling you, we just
They don't have.
item.
I think it's okay to go for Meteor Hammer here because you don't have too much tower damage. Phantom Assassin until she gets her Deso. Like you need to play with the catapults. 2 supports, they don't deal much. Same goes for Tidehunter. So I don't mind it too much. And also in terms of abilities that can stop from Meteor Hammer from going off is Telekinesis, Coil, and Roar. I don't think you want to commit any of these big ultis.
Dream Coil running around, but here comes Paparazzi, has the Vortex. Is no way he survives. Kaka staying
Nicely done
alive.
by Kaka.
Nothing to say. Not going to get hit by that arrow. And gets the glimpse. Oh, phase shift.
Puck players are so good playing into Disruptor. I don't even see it as a counter anymore, considering that they do manage to get the phase shift off every single time. Sure, you need to be aware of the Static Storm. Both supports on PSG.LGD were level 5. Planet just bought the book for himself. Will refill the bottle. From Nothing to Say, while you smile on bottom, trying to get some farm. Trying to get that Supernova online. UI will break the smoke. Nicely done by him. Moonlight Shadow stolen.
Yeah. They'll steal that Moonlight Shadow. That might help them go for a gank, especially with this level 6 on a couple heroes. But the Static Storm you were talking about, Kaka, is level 7. So they get the kill on Nothing to Say. Paparazzi with another one. He's level 9. Things are getting to be quite good here for Xtreme. They need to get Ghost out. Axe is thrown. Zeal looking for the Primal Roar. Lands it, but glimpse back. Sunray on Ghost. He'll jump over.
Why you
Field is up, and Why You
5.
Smile, he is getting low, but we'll pop that wand. Let's see if he gets chased down. Fade Bolt, and one more right click would have been enough, but they just don't have the damage to follow that up as Kaka gets low. The Wild Axes land from a distance.
That was max distance.
And Zeal gets a kill.
That was nuts. I mean, they still survive on everybody on their side. A good thing going for them is that Shiro is still on top of the net worth, about to finish off his Battle Fury in the next minute.
That's so crazy to me.
He was left alone because they didn't make any rotations to the top lane. Storm was either making a move on mid lane or ganking bottom. But
sure, but Ghost is 3-0-3. Like, how do you have the same net worth? You're involved in 6 kills.
Free farm. He was not, you know, while he was killing heroes, he was still killing creeps on Ursa. That's why.
Yeah, just so wild.
These early kills, they don't give much gold.
Yeah. Just it feels like you should have just a little bit more, because the CS isn't exactly too crazy different. It's like, it's 20. I guess that's a good thing. My math deceives me. Coming down with smoke. Paparazzi here with Kaka. They've got the Static Storm ready. 4 heroes for PSG.LGD here.
They know something is up. Rubik only holding on to Kinetic Field at the moment. Not the best ability.
We'll take out an Ob, so a little bit more gold for Planet. What's he going for? He's just got Arcane Boots, and let's see if it's going to be, say, the Blink Dagger next, if he wants to play that route.
I wouldn't mind seeing either a Glimmer Cape next, or just a casual Fluffy Hat into Shard, or just a Shard is fine. Because you want to throw people out of the trouble once they get Ravage, and most importantly, Static Storm, because this is going to be the big one. Ursa can't use his Enrage. Same goes for Puck, can't Fade Shift. Nothing to Say, having a really bad time. Same goes for Zeal. Zeal, this time around, going for Mech, something that he did before on his Beastmaster, not going for a Helmet the Dominator build. He still went for it after, but this is also a game where he dominated the lane. It seems like it's going to be trade. Tier 1 tower for Tier 1 tower. Also, looking at the items on Paparazzi, going for Orchid. Big fan of it.
He switched off that Oh, no. Sorry. I thought I was going to say he switched off something else, but no, he's been go for the Orchid.
Against Puck and Ursa, also both supports, it's always going to give you that solo kill potential.
Yeah, we saw the Orchid on Storm, I think yesterday in Western Europe. It looked all right. Witchblade for the Puck. Almost has the gold for that. And, have it in just a second. So JT, waiting to see a Ravage come from him. He's had a pretty good game going into the pipe. He was thinking Meteor Hammer, never got it. I'm disappointed now.
I was about to say the same thing. Going into pipe next, understands that most of the damage is going to be magical from Puck. Wants to, like, right now PSG.LGD does have very limited amount of damage. Sunray is only level 1. Rubik with the Fate Bolt. Like, even the spells that he steals in this game are not as impactful. Like, in terms of, like, how much damage it does. Like, maybe Starstorm. Ravage is, like, also low on damage. But let's see if they can find something here.
Moonlight Shadow, they just broke the smoke. And maybe they won't fight. Never mind. They do have a Battle Fury. They're trying to take the stacks now. They're going with the Static Storm. They've got the Vortex. Can they keep this Ursa alive? Shiro trying to get out of this one. Primal Roar.
He can.
Shiro surviving. Gets the kill on a Ghost. He had a sliver of health left. They go to the Dream Coil. It's on a 2. They look over at Paparazzi. He's going to fall too. Kaka looking next on the menu. And 3 heroes die. They lose nothing again on PSG.LGD.
Oh man, this team is so good at choosing the fights, and Shiro gets the Fairy Fire off, gets the Magic Wand, gets clipped by the Sunray, and also very nicely placed Egg by YU Smile. They also don't have the heroes to kill the Egg with. That's also one of the issues that we didn't talk about. Shiro being very aggressive here. Static Storm from Kaka, and you see the Sunray into Egg. They try to kill it. DY's
30 health.
Yeah, trying to
20
kill.
health.
Make it 20. DY already used all of these leap charges to try to go and kill the Egg, puts himself in a difficult spot. There's going to be multiple ways of defending the Egg anyway. With Beast Master Roar, it's always going to go through Magic Immunity, Coil to keep them in place, or just a casual Telekinesis.
This is just a complete change to the game, right? Like, Ghost, he was fighting early. Now he finally has a Battle Fury, and they get the kill there on a Nothing to Say. They drop down the Dream Coil. Sunray's not going to be enough. They have the double damage on Paparazzi. But he's got the Battle Fury now on Ghost, but he's starting to fall behind because Shiro has a good fight. He's got his Battle Fury. He's going into the BKB. Already has the Mithril Hammer on that. It looks like they're going to get Tier 1 bottom, too. So the gold is really getting pushed for Shiro.
Once they pick up BKB on Ursa, they're going to threaten Roshan. Maybe try to take one fight. If the fight is even, they use Ravage. They can't contest next Roche without Ravage. Or they get a pick off and then they turn it into Roche. So things are starting to get much, much better for PSG.LGD. Zeal also getting the farm, has enough money to buy a full Guardian Greaves, so that's going to be like extra sustain. And also removing silence from this freshly bought Orchid on Paparazzi. I think it's time to smoke for Xtreme Gaming. Try to find another kill. Ravage is available. Same goes for Static Storm.
I think you were onto something, by the way, with Rubik. Bought the fluffy hat and going for the Glimmer Cape. You called it exactly.
Yeah, it's just like you want to be as tanky as possible at the moment. Like, it does really matter if you get another Fate Bolt in the fight, especially pre-BKB. And his next item, I think, should be just Shard to be able to push people out of the trouble. Kaka trying to farm his item, Yule Scepter on the menu, but they saw this. They noticed that Kaka was hiding underneath the Moonlight Shadow, that Yule Scepter going to come in very handy against Ursa.
They want to glimpse somebody back because they've got heroes coming over. They don't even know he's coming.
They want a big one. He could have glimpsed Planet immediately.
Oh, do they get nothing now? Nah, they find themselves Planet. They've got the Orchid. They'll get the kill on the Rubik. Looked like for a second they were going to be left without a kill. So Rubik gets caught. Unfortunate for him, his TP was on cooldown, so there was no way for him to get out.
Big one. Philly Stone found by Ghost there. Gives it to Kaka immediately. So this means that Disruptor is going to be able to scale. We do talk about it a lot. Position 4 Disruptor, he does tend to get some extra farm, especially with more points in Thunderstrike, but with Philly Stone available, this also means that if the game lasts long enough for another 20-25 minutes, maybe even less, depending how the fights are going to go, he will have that Aghanim Scepter.
Yeah, this is coming off him already getting a Yule's pre-Philly Stone, so before Philly, BP. And, well, let's see what he could get next.
I love the BP.
before Philly. So, 1K lead for Xtreme. Steal the anchor smash. Not something that Rubik's exactly going to love.
We talked about the spells. There aren't really too good. Like, you don't want to steal stuff from Phantom Assassin. Maybe a Zip from Storm Spirit can come in handy. Your mana pool is okay with mana boots sitting at 1,000. But I'm mostly looking at Static Storm, Glimpse, Starstorm, and of course, Ravage if you can steal it.
I talked about how Shiro was ahead of this Phantom Assassin by quite a margin and was getting into the BKB quickly. Ghost has found farm. He is right there neck and neck. I know they both have Battle Furies, but he was down about 1,000, 2,000 gold, and he has recovered quite well.
They do have like this window for another minute before Phantom Assassin farms her BKB, while Shiro does have it. This is the big difference. And something we talked about, they're going to smoke with this BKB on Ursa. Try to get a fight going, because it also means that they're going to be able to kill Roche. And Shiro is going to show up, start beating on the tower.
Tier 1 gets Glyph. They've used the Moonlight Shadow. They'll start to go at LGD, who are on the other side of the tower. There's smoke still on Zeal. Tide coming over, and he is spotted. So they'll start on JT. BKB's popped as the arrows flying in from DY. Well put together to get the kill there on a JT. No Ravage and no Tide for 41 seconds. But no BKB on Shiro means he's vulnerable.
Which also means that they're not going to go for Roche. If he didn't have to pop a BKB there, probably would go into Roche Pit, because there is enough time, 28 seconds. And also looking at the itemization, like, you need to know what you're playing against at every single moment, how greedy you can be. We talked about it the other day, Puck going for Kaya Sanj as his next item, even though he was thinking about getting the Yule Scepter to have a Dispel mechanic. We saw Ori do Thunders yesterday, playing into the same item, playing into Orchid, and then getting BKB as his third item on Puck, which I really like. So this is one of those that could potentially backfire. PA, BKB finished. I love this move from Xtreme.
What's the TP situation here? Everybody's got one on PSG.LGD, but nobody's moving over. They got the scan. They know that Roche is happening, but it's a slow walk, and I don't know if it's going to be in time.
They can't get there in time.
They needed to be quicker on this. Nothing to say he's going to have to blink, illusory orb, and get in, but they're just too late. I'm surprised at the lack of TPs. Everybody had one available from PSG.LGD. They tried to walk their way in. Paparazzi goes in. He's got the Orchid. Supernova immediately drops. Static Storm is in front of the Supernova.
Static
They've got
Storm.
the Dream Coil. They'll get the kill on a Paparazzi immediately. There's the Dream Coil on a JT. That means no Ravage. Stifling Dagger hits on a Zeal. JT out of the Static Storm with the Sunray. Primal Roar.
What did you roar?
And he'll go and get killed off anyway.
I'm not sure what he roared there.
Did it just immediately...
It didn't even feel like he dealt damage. Maybe he just like immediately cracked it.
Yeah,
I
that's
didn't
what I
see
thought.
A single unit near the Tidehunter for a moment. I thought he misclicked, but the Static Storm coming in very handy from Planet.
It has to be a Kraken show, right?
It
like
has
immediately popped.
Yes. Something about the timing in this series. We saw Zeal denying himself in
Let's
the
see
last
this
game.
again.
This is also Static Storm. Like, you see the power of Guardian Greaves that Zeal decided to go for. Removes that Orchid immediately. And instant Supernova with that shard upgrade. Tide doesn't feel too comfortable playing into this. And why you smile. Yeah, that was it.
Cool.
Just because it doesn't deal much damage. This is level 1 Primal Roar against the pipe, so... In terms of damage, very, very limited. It looked like it tickled him.
Yeah. Tickled him, but they still tickled him to death.
They do. PA holding on to Aegis for another 3.5 minutes. I think it's time to smoke up for Xtreme Gaming. Try to look for a kills once you finish off this Deso. It's going to be done in less than 1,000 gold. That's pretty much 3 creep waves and an extra neutral camp.
They give the Philly Stone over to Marana. That's a bit of a surprise.
I think what's going to happen is Marana farms Yule Scepter just to have another kiting tool and to buy some time during the... Oh, maybe not. He's like... From where's his career at?
He's got 4 Steph queued up.
But he
Kaka's
also
got Ags.
No, but DY has Voidstone as well. So probably thinking about getting the Yule Scepter. So we'll finish off one item, give back Philly. to a Disruptor so he can farm Ags.
I guess we're in the AP now, after Philly.
Yeah, what happened?
We were BP before for Kaka, now it's AP. So Philly not in his inventory. White Smile TPing away, and what is he going for? Aeon Disc. Early Aeon Disc. He's got the shard, so he has the Sunray available during Supernova. Seeing how important that ability can be. Just in that fight over in the triangle.
It's also level 2 Supernova now, so requires 8 hits to kill. Not enough attack speed. Sure, maybe with Storm, Mirana leaping in, but then again, we said that they have multiple tools to protect the egg with, especially with the Roar. Zeal, not going back for Helm of the Overlord this time around. Instead, opting to go for BKB. Wants to be able to remove Static Storm.
Yeah, I don't hate it.
Yeah, and also against the Ravage, so stay in a fight for longer. Also feels like he missed the timing.
For Helm of the Overlord?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he needs the pushing power anymore.
Yeah, one gush plus a couple of right clicks from Phantom Assassin does kill this delayed Helm of the Overlord. Another smoke.
Ghost, he's got an Aegis to work with. He's blurred. But they won't engage. BKB finished for Paparazzi.
That's a big one. So this time around, he cannot be coiled. They can still kill him, however. If they time it right, some Supernova into Primal Roar. Supernova explodes. Ursa. Couple of right clicks. And I see Shiro. Shiro so far having a perfect game. Staying more than 1k gold ahead of Phantom Assassin. And also level 17. Very tanky. Let's see if he decides to get Basher first. If he feels that he needs to control this Tidehunter potentially. Or if he wants to be the one dealing with Phantom Assassin. Seems like he's going to be the Basher.
Planet dropping a Static Storm. I think he had it for like a second longer, so he just got rid of it. And now they get rid of his life. As Deso gets picked up by Ghost. His inventory was hilarious, or his quick buy for Phantom Assassin was hilarious for a little bit, because he was going for BKB, Deso, Basher. So his quick buy was like Mithril Hammer, Mithril Hammer, Mithril Hammer, Mithril Hammer. It's just like, oh, okay, so I wonder what you're buying next. Mithril Hammer.
It also happens with some of the carries when they want to get the Manta Style, Scotty, and Lincoln Sphere.
Ulti Orb, Ulti Orb, Ulti Orb. So, nothing to say also going Aeon Disc. We've talked about Puck players and BKBs and survivability relying on their skill to survive instead of BKB.
This is also a good option because he didn't die. Like, if you manage to get stuff done with your Kaya Sanj and you don't die like for a fight or two, ooh, DY.
Yeah, they're going to go for DY for a second. They've got the Dream Coil on 2 Yules into the air for the Disruptor. White Smile is dead, but they end up trading DY and Kaka for the kill. Zeal with the body blocks in front of JT, but will give up on it.
There was no Zeal around to pop this Guardian Greaves on Y to keep him alive. There was a split second, like 0.2 seconds, that he could have used Supernova. Static Storm just out of the range, but didn't do it. Maybe he thought, I'm dead anyway. But still, again, a good trade for PSG.LGD. In terms of what they managed to do with this first Roshan that they picked it up, it was more about stealing it from Ursa rather than them playing aggressive and getting stuff done with it. They did kill Tier 2 tower on the top lane, took the outpost, so PSG.LGD, they will need to reclaim it.
Yeah, they're only up 2k net worth at the moment. It does feel like Xtreme are in a good spot, especially with the Orchid on nothing to say. Ravage to follow it up and a kill there under the Tier 2 tower. That is ambitious.
A bit too deep there.
Yeah.
Now you wish that this Kaya Sanj was a different item. Like, sure, it gives you status resistance, so just silence, the pull, gonna last slightly less, but you also need to have a protection. So even for the next fight, he's not gonna have a defensive item.
This is tough for nothing to say. A lot of the reliance here for PSG.LGD is kind of on Shiro at the moment. Double damage top. Shiro picks that up. No Roche for a minute, potentially, and look at the damage just come in on the Paparazzi. Gem.
That's a big one. It's ping it. Oh my god, they did not pick it up.
What? Why?
Good question. Shiro, even had slot available, but did not want to pick it up for some reason. Well, maybe he gets it now.
Second chance? No. Arrow hits. Ghost thinking about going back in. JT, he does not have Ravage. It's still on cooldown from when they killed off Nothing to Say, so he jumps in. Sunray on him. Nothing to Say coming back over. All 5 heroes here for the side of PSG.LGD. A crit on Nazil. Glimpse back. Shiro jumping in. Static Storm placed down by Kaka, but the kinetic field's not going to lock him up. They've got the stun. It's going to be on a Ghost. So with the BKB being popped, though, they get the kill on Nazil. He walked into the Static Storm and dies. They have Paparazzi in a second if they want to re-engage. They are walking forward like they want to do so. They lose that vision. But why you smile with the Icarus dive away? They've got the Storm back
still
up.
not done.
Arrow misses. Waning Rift to lose your orb with the phase shift. Jaunt out from Nothing to Say.
Ghost wanted to provide some vision, so maybe a glimpse is going to come in and they get another kill. But what an awkward fight overall. First, they don't pick up the gem, which is kind of a big deal. If they have it, that also means that they can see people hiding underneath the Moonlight Shadow. Still surprising that Disruptor doesn't hold on to Philosopher's Stone, because this is the top 3 best Aghanim Scepter upgrades in the game. Get that Static Storm that mutes items. I don't think you get the same value, because DY, he's trying to get Lincoln Sphere at the moment.
I guess that's why you need the Philly Stone. I still would like it on the Disruptor.
Most definitely, because he's also so close to it. Does have 2 components for it. With that Philosopher's Stone, extra gold.
He could have been 3
Could have been
components
3 components in, exactly.
So, Vanguard is, I believe, Shiro is going for and has the Abyssal. MKB next on the list, of course, for the Phantom Assassin. Roche up in 30 seconds. We'll see if LGD can contest it this time. A lot of golds on PA going at Ags themselves.
Radiant are scanning.
Level 20 though, so extra attack speed from that Phantom Strike. Let's see, they're gonna smoke up using a scan. Nothing's gonna happen.
They have
Next
Ravage.
Roshan in 10. All ultis available. Supernova just came off cooldown. This time around, there's gonna be Eon Disc available on Why You Smile, and same goes for one on Puck. Has it locked? Needs to be careful. Like you have it unlocked. Oh, sorry, locked. Never mind. There's the disc.
Aeon Disc immediately popped, and they're going to go to the Abyssal. They get the kill on a Paparazzi. It's time to leave. He's dead so fast. This time, Gem picked up. Don't want to fall for that again.
I wouldn't mind them taking a Roche fight now. Try to force it, because there is no BKB on Ursa. There is no Supernova, and you can buy back on Storm Spirit.
Oh, okay. So, see how this goes. As Winning Rift, Dream Coil, JT has the pipe, will snap the coil, and Static Storm force F out of the low ground with Ghost Pop of the BKB. Who's he gonna go for? Blink, Ravage, the lockdown, the damage, the arrow, and the kill on a Shiro. They'll take on the air, so they're gonna get Paparazzi back in with this buyback. Primal Roar was used, but I don't know if that's gonna keep you alive, Zeal. You'll try to come over and get out, but the bash is in from Ghost. 2 kills there for Xtreme Gaming.
That was way too aggressive. They just decided to go on to Tidehunter. They can't really lock him down. White Smile will deny Region Rune, but this also means that Roshan belongs to Xtreme Gaming.
So 2 for 2 against an Ursa lineup.
Paparazzi needed to buy back, and yeah, as you said, second Roshan also belongs to non-Ursa lineup. Does have that shard upgrade available as well, so PA will pick that up. Break mechanic against Ursa, against Furious Vibes could come in very handy, and also extra damage.
Yeah, just got Ags and Ags Shard. That's quite the upgrade.
That shard could also proc Aeon Disc on Phoenix.
Yeah, you saw how quickly Aeon Disc was popped on him the first time. Would have been rough, truthfully.
And also Kaka, he is getting close to that Aghanim Scepter, getting the farm, 500 gold away. Then they can Ravage or jump in with Electric Vortex, set things up.
Somebody give this man the Philly. Get him there quicker. 450 gold away. Lincoln's for DY is such a... I guess it's to put on other heroes, not for himself.
Definitely.
Well, just like, yeah, all right, put yourself in the right position to throw it on to somebody, hopefully.
This is mostly for Storm Spirit. Paparazzi did die 2 or 3 times in a row, jumps in, gets either roared, Abyssal Blade on him, Or now, Xtreme Gaming, they would definitely love to take a fight.
Well, you know, DY going for the Lincolns to put on others, but as a support once said in my game, do it yourself. Primal Roar, Sunray, and Supernova. Is this gonna line up?
It's gonna be close, but no.
Early.
Had to double check.
Pops the Aeon Disc with the Stifling Dagger. That's terrible. That stinks.
Aeon Disc against some of these heroes, like, I don't know, Zeus, they seem relatively useless. One ulti.
You know what they should do for Aeon Disc? Never mind. This is bad.
No, go ahead. No, I'm listening.
You can set the threshold.
Yeah, that's very balanced.
1 health, Aeon Disc, there it is. Woo!
Helm of the Undying, that was a neutral item.
I like it. That sounds like a great plan.
Cannot die.
Especially if you're playing Undying.
Double damage. Bottled by Ghost. Going into Nullifier next. That's a lot of damage. Sitting at only 6 Deso stacks, but doesn't feel like he needs more. He's going to get it eventually. They know where someone is. They found Shiro with the scan.
They have the Zags now on Disruptor. BKBs be weary. So, nothing to say. Octarine. 3,000 gold saved up, too. They're going to find Zeal. BKB just before the Static Storm. Still doesn't matter. Ghost is really putting out some damage. Oh, boy.
I'm looking at the next set of items for PSG.LGD. Beastmaster just finished off his, pretty much. Went for a Blink Dagger. After that, BKB. Puck. Doesn't have much, sitting at 3,000 gold. Ghost? Oh, that's a 2-shot. 2,000 crit coming out from Ghost.
Oh. Okay. That is a lot. Just crit him twice. Stifling Dagger brought him down to 1 health. Right click was for what, 1,900?
Yeah. It's going to be very difficult for Ursa to kind of solo carry this game. Beastmaster will fall off with this item build. Puck going into Octarine core. That's going to be a good one. Needs his level 20 talents, which he's about to get. So, less cooldown on his silence. Trying to split push the map as much as he can. They don't feel ready to take the fight, especially when Ravage is available, and they just saw how much damage Phantom Assassin can do. Also, they would definitely love to see Shiro with MKB for the next fight.
Yeah, next fight, we'll see if it leads to next Roche. Obviously, well away. 4 minutes at least. Nullifier now picked up. Oh, boy. Ghost is just super farmed.
Can't buy Ghost Scepter against Ghost, because he will nullify it. And all those Aeon Discs as well. So, great pickup here. A lot of value.
See if they fight and be close. Right across the lanes from each other.
Level 23 Phantom Assassin. This shard also 16% max HP as damage, pure damage, goes through BKB.
That is such a high number.
It is.
That seems a little, you know. Broken. Oh, it's Frog.
Oh,
Witchbane? Oh, okay.
Of course, he finds it. Because why not? So you have another tool to deal, another way of dispelling things.
Why not?
Things are looking grim right now. JT trying to farm his Hex, just got enough gold for it, so instant initiation on their side. Things are looking rough for PSG.LGD unless they can execute. They need this MKB on Shiro.
Such a tough task to execute too, though. And they're only down 3,000 net worth. Like, it feels like it could be 10k or more.
Definitely does. Storm Spirit does have Aeon Disc for himself as well, so
They want to push Ghost to 25. He picked up the tome. Oh boy. What would you take? Triple Stifling or plus 7% on the chance of coup de grace?
I'd take the other one, 7% chance.
Okay.
I'm all about that RNG.
Same.
Both talents are really good. Don't get me wrong. It's not like some other heroes or other 25 is like, hell yeah, that's it, that's the one I'm taking, and the other one is like, I don't even know what it does because it's so bad. DY might get caught here, but they need a silence on him.
Yeah, leap for staff and telekinesis. Leap again. Now Paparazzi going in though. Dream Coil committed. They finally get the kill on a DY. They're gonna pop the
This is
supernova.
not great execution. They need to fall back a bit.
Taking the vision, stifling dagger, plant it over to the side. There's the Orchid into the Ravage. It hits Why You Smile. Gets purged immediately thanks to the Aeon Disc, but he's still dead.
Only the wary might find
Buyback coming out from Planet.
They're on the high ground.
They do have
They know there's
vision.
no Ravage. They go to the Primal Roar. Can they get the kill on a Ghost? Is going to be standing still. They don't have Shiro because he's been hexed up by JT. Fan of Knives, right click, seal. And he's not a fan anymore. They look over though at Ghost. They get the kill. He doesn't have buyback. Silence. BKB's been popped by Paparazzi. Can they get the lockdown with the Abyssal Blade or a bash? Paparazzi finally uses that ball landing and get onto the high ground. Nothing to say. Following him though behind the tier 4s.
Does have Aeon Disc if he wants to assemble it.
Aeon Disc. Needs to be careful. Phase shift, waning rift, and the Illusory Orb means he's away.
Phantom Assassin heavily committed. Ghost using that BKB while Shiro didn't use his. It was, again, an awkward fight where they miss a coil on Storm Spirit. First, they're also not on the same page because Shiro goes back, Rubik Lift connects, and then he's not in range to use Abyssal Blade or start attacking Morana. So we're going to see that again.
Starts with this little engagement.
He gets the Force Staff and sees Shiro. He decided to go back, gets coiled. Storm Spirit manages to dodge it, and then they already committed. Supernova is there, and we'll see the Aeon Disc getting proc. Planet immediately disappears. Like, they heavily committed here. Ghost, not sure what this BKB was for.
It's early, and they have JT come over and hex the Ursa, but you see the control is there on a Ghost, so he can't really follow up that hex with any damage, and there's not a lot of mana on Paparazzi.
And then Shiro pops ulti and the BKB at the same time, starts hitting Phantom Assassin with that freshly bought MKB. He's also level 25 right now, so 3 overpower attacks, holding Paladin Sword and Penta Edge Sword. We'll swap things around if he feels like, oh, I need some extra lifesteal. Go hit neutral creeps.
Third Roche. Refresh Charter Ags.
Ags.
Okay,
Ursa wants to get it.
3, 2.
Never mind. It's always Refresher. So they could refresh Aeon Disc. Double Ravage seems really good. Double Static Storm from Kaka.
Double Roar. Double Coil. Would be nice for LGD. Especially if they were to get 25 for nothing to say.
He's way too far away from it.
Yeah.
About to be level 23. They are picking it out. Disruptor is missing. Aeon Disc not gonna be very valuable here. Same goes for Nullifier. Right now, holding the high ground. They have vision.
Let's see. Coming over. Lincoln's being placed by the Marauder. They go after Zeal. They've got the Hex. They have the right click. So get the kill onto this Zeal immediately. And then they'll go to the Dream Pool onto 3 heroes. Nothing to say. Going in and taking out the Vision. He's taking out the Ward to start this fight.
Ghost is so low. No BKB on him.
Zeal's kind of alone. Beastmaster just bought back, and they're going to get a kill on his Zeal immediately. Even with the BKB, the Andis is going to be popped on Nothing to Say, but Nothing to Say is going through onto this Phantom Assassin. They get the Ravage off, but Shiro's going to go in and get the kill onto Paparazzi. They'll take out DY, and now Shiro locking it down for the side of PSG.LGD. Nothing to Say gets low. Triple kill for Shiro. There's the Abyssal, making another as they'll take out 4.
Stolen Ravage this time around.
Yeah,
he was waiting for it for such a long time. And every single time, last 3 fights, early BKB from Phantom Assassin, and he doesn't feel too comfortable getting back into the fight. Shiro on the winning side, waiting until everything is done. And then, as you said, first they take out that Ward, which, Nothing to Say, he was very aggressive, and then the Stolen Ravage hits them.
In. That's beautiful. Ghost. He focuses here on Nothing to Say.
middle tower is under attack.
Look at how far away from the fight he is.
You wanted to see Puck level 25? All it takes is 1 extra fight, and he's gonna beat that 25. I love that they gave Refresher to Rubik. Ravage will be available in 40 seconds. Because he does have that level 15 talent, so Well, his Ravage will be available earlier than JT's.
So, double Rubik Ravage.
Before you have Ravage online, and it's being picked out. JT, there's still a tier 1 tower bottom, but seems like they want to get in and get stuff done. Get this set of barracks at least. No buyback on PA. Buyback on Storm is available, but they don't want to use it yet.
15 seconds till double Ravage. 7,000 net worth lead. I did say it felt like Xtreme were very far ahead, even though the net worth wasn't exactly favoring them too much. A couple fights where Ghost just kind of doesn't participate.
I love it. I was just about to say
Fake
it's fake smoke. Get in, double Ravage. He does have enough mana pool for it, so it's 200 and 325. More than enough.
A lot of math there.
Wasn't even close. Like, you could have just said, there we
the
go,
Ravage.
first time.
And second Ravage. Ghost is dead for 100.
They should try to see if he does have buyback. Shiro used BKB, but he's also holding onto Aegis for another 3 minutes, and they have creeps inside the base. Cliff.
JT has Ravage now.
He does have 6,000 gold on Tidehunter. That was such a nice play there from Planet. You also don't think about it that...
Good Hex. And gonna hold the Ravage for now. Dream Coil thrown onto a couple, but he's got the level 25. BKB's not gonna matter if they snap the coil. Supernova goes off.
Full minute without Phantom Assassin.
Yeah, they still need to work it out. They've got the courier over in the secret shop for whom? For Tide. I think he wants to go and get that refresher. That's why he's holding the Ravage.
This is a second set of barracks. There is tier 2 tower available top. Another Eon disc. This time on Rubik. And sometimes you get a very bad feeling about it because you don't take into consideration that Rubik has 25 extra % on stolen spells. So you're like, oh, he stole the Ravage, but he doesn't have it because I don't have it.
Yeah, now he's going to have it in 40 seconds again. JT loses his courier. Like that, he sent it over there, spent so much time wanting to buy the refresher, but now he's not going to have it at all. Like, that refresher's never coming.
So it's not 12k gold lead. This is at extra 6k because Tidehunter...
Unspent gold, yeah.
Yeah, his courier died. Won't be able to get it.
Unless they somehow find a way out there. Which is super tough. They've got a Hawk waiting for them to leave the base too, spotting them if they do come out. What do you do if you're tied? You just hold buyback. I feel like double Ravage is almost a necessity.
Definitely feels like it. I want to see them go high ground one more time. Ravage still up there for another 30-35 seconds, if my math is correct. I want to see Planet get refresher.
Same.
Does have enough gold, but still keeping the buyback for now.
JT. Yeah, I really think he needs this double Ravage to deal with Ursa. It's the bare necessity that he needs.
You said it, and you give me a look like, this is so good. I'm on fire today with bear buns.
I was actually thinking Jungle Book. Hex, Gush, Arrow, connects. They've got the lockdown. And they're going to try and go the Supernova with the Ravage. They blow him up. They've got the Aegis. They'll try to get the egg. They'll take out Why You Smile. By the way, Why You Smile bought a refresher for a moment like this, but, well, the moment like this is Shiro dying. So maybe he didn't need the double Ravage.
They only needed to execute Static Storm on top of him, which means no BKB is going to be available on Ursa.
Now JT gets to walk out, grab that refresher.
I like that Ghost is chatting it up, going for Divine Rapier next. He hits level 25, decided to go for a triple Stifling Dagger in the end. You farm this Divine Rapier so quickly now.
Yeah.
Cell power treads. Cost got decreased.
8k lead. Not really getting much out of this defense. Planet, nothing to say. They're pushing out bottom still. They have creeps inside the base. They're going down mid. But what do you need to do with these 50 seconds? What's the bare minimum?
It's time to go for high ground. Try to maybe get some kind of a buyback out of them. Phoenix definitely not gonna buy 40 seconds. I think you don't need to buy on Ursa.
Dire's middle tower
Also,
is
there
under
is a bunch of creeps inside the enemy base, so some damage will be dealt to tier 4 towers. These are super creeps.
And they need to be aware. They're trying to force the Shiro buyback, but they're just not going to get it. Tier 3 gets taken. I think they're willing to lose the racks. But they break the Lincolns. They've got the telekinesis. They go to the Primal Roar. They've got the Supernova. Static Storm is down with Paparazzi trying to go in onto nothing to say. They also want to pop the egg. They get the egg. They'll get a kill out of the pop. No more Phoenix. And it looks as though they're going to get a buyback out of the hands of nothing to say.
A little surprised that PSG.LGD took that fight, and now we're back to even. Ravage wasn't even used. Refresher is available. I think they need to play with the defensive telekinesis.
They lost the tier 4.
They need this telekinesis to be used during the Static Storm to push people out of the trouble so they can use items, they can get the Eon discs going. Tier 4 tower, as you said, drop down an extra 500 damage on the other tier 4. Well,
they need to really watch that. They let that go for a long time. I know they wanted to commit, and they got the buyback from nothing to say. You let that go again, though. It's going to be tough. Next Roche, minute 15, potentially. We're at the 50-minute mark. We could be looking at tier 5s.
Still 10 minutes away. Also, Tidehunter about to crack level 25. That's the big one. Ravage, extra 1 second stun with the Refresher Orb. So make that 3.8, 7.6 second if you execute correctly. If it's not on a target that does have status resistance.
Yeah, stun equals yes. So, Refresher for Zeal. He's been having some trouble surviving in these fights, but if he could get the double Primal Roar off, his focus has been onto Ghost. And it's worked at times. You know, if they are able to pop the Lincolns, go for the Roar, which they've accomplished a couple times.
Problem is these Eon discs are not going off in a fight. You have Tidehunter with the Witchbane, Static Storm with Aghanims, and of course Nullifier from Phantom Assassin. Ghost was thinking about getting Divine Rapier, in the end decided to change his mind, so there's not going to be Roar on him, Telekinesis, or Abyssal Blade. So a bit more of a defensive tool coming out from him.
2K lead, Roche 40 seconds. So that's going to be everything. Smoke from LGD, knowing that this is happening soon. Buybacks. Phantom Assassin, Tide, Storm, Disruptor, Rubik, Mirana. So 2,000 gold short on Shiro. It's all or nothing, it feels like, for LGD, where you have options on Xtreme.
You do. Refresher is available on Phoenix. He also got level 20 talent, so extra stun ray damage, extra percentage. Very good tool if you do manage to get like multiple sun rays off in a fight. We'll see if that's going to happen. They could potentially just blow him up with the Eon disc not being available.
The egg is something that had been a struggle for a long time for them to take out. The last 2 fights, they've done it successfully. And it's been massive. You could see how much the difference that makes.
Double damage.
Yeah. Ooh. That's great.
Well, not if you're a PSG.LGD fan.
Yeah.
I sense some bias here.
No, that was a non-biased comment. I was just, not great if you're LGD. You finished my sentence. You knew what I was thinking. So, Planet. Let's see what he can do here. Feels like a lot of the fight is on the control. So, we'll see what LGD can do.
How do you fight into 2 Ravages from Tidehunter?
Kill him first.
You need to be able to lock him down with the Abyssal Blade, maybe place a coil, try to land the Roar. But, I think you need the coil, plus focus him down with Ursa. Problem is, he does have buyback. So if you commit with the BKB on Ursa to kill this Tidehunter, he's going to instantly buy back, and then they will take the fight.
Thing is, if the fight happens near Roche, he doesn't exactly have a place to TP back in.
That's also true, because right now PSG.LGD took the outpost, and right now they're underneath the vision of this Hawk. We'll kill it.
They're trying to get buyback on Shiro. He's 1,000 gold short, but with Roche up, he may not really have that option
Even
available.
Paparazzi has Refresher now, so we'll be able to pull them in, double E on disc, double pull, double Ravage. This is all theory, but I want to see execution from Xtreme Gaming. Bottom lane again, pushing in. Same goes for the top one.
We can't let them see.
Be careful about these creeps again. Planet looking for an opportunity to break a Lincolns, get the control. Double damage.
PSG.LGD can't bring a hero into enemy base because you are playing into Phantom Assassin, Storm Spirit.
This double damage is still going. They've got the Hex. They're going to Ball Lightning, go to the Supernova. They've got the Telekinesis, but the right click's coming in. Can they get the Abyssal? No, they can't keep it alive with the right clicks. With the Battle Fury, they get the kill on a DY. Look over at Ghost. Lincoln's pop. There's the Refresher, Static Storm, and the Ravage coming out onto Shiro. The Vortex to lock him up.
And
they go to the Sunray,
one.
but there's the Ravage coming in once again. And now
He is
they'll
back in.
find themselves Shiro, low, Hexed, and Lincoln. Supernova pops. It
But the
stuns on
Sunray,
JT.
they
got
get
the
the
Sunray, they
cheese.
get the kill to Shiro, and now he's going to buy back. He just got the gold. They've got the Vortex on a Why You Smile. They look over at Zeal. He's stunned up, hexed up, thanks to this Tide, but they've got the damage coming in with the Telekinesis from Planet. He threw Zeal on top of the two of them. He stunned them both up, and that's why they get the kills.
That was so close. I was watching Shiro. They handed him his... Someone else picked up the cheese. They gave him the cheese. They high-fived him. He put the BKB into his backpack, but didn't manage to click it. That was so close. So he bought back multiple buybacks on the enemy side. Ursa will probably get this Aghanim Scepter so that he can get the Enrage, even if he's stunned, and will pick up Aegis as well. This is also another Refresher. Let's see who decides to pick it up.
Gosh, this is cheese. Somebody wants it. Maybe Planet. He'll blink. All right, pick himself up some cheese, throw himself back over. Don't want to lose any ground, min-maxing the movement.
That Rubik's Shard is such a big tool, and now he has level 25 talent. Minus 12 seconds, so goes down to 10 seconds. BKB on Storm, not available. Paparazzi invested all of his gold into Refresher. Lincoln Sphere on Ursa, plus another Lincoln Sphere from Puck. They are itemizing against Nullifier.
Feels like it's going to be at least the Megas that they're going to be up against. Do they even want to fight this 4v5? They've got the Shard, so they do have Tendrils of the Deep. Refresher on cooldown. That means no Ravage for 60 seconds guaranteed. Arrow lands on a Shiro. He's the one in the front. But for the damage, they are going to need Ghost to go in and output some on a Shiro. It seems like to get these kills, it's going to be Ghost's torch to bear, as he'll go in and try to output as much as he can. He goes to the Divine Rapier too. Ball Lightning in, Paparazzi's back, they've got the Vortex, and now they go to the Fan of Knives, the Telekinesis to throw him back, but he'll end up losing the Aegis. They've got the Dream Coil with the Supernova. Up into the air with the Stormcrafter. Dream Coil now runs out, but they've got another one.
They need to save him.
Nice, Telekinesis from Planet to pull him back. Paparazzi going out with a little bit of health and mana.
But look at the Ancient. There are catapults already. They managed to kill last year for Tower. I want to see Divine Rapier. Never mind. Okay, there it is. Divine Rapier. It's there on Ghost.
Double damage bottom if they can find a way to get to it with the Phantom Assassin.
Maybe give it to Shiro this time around to make things a bit more balanced. One DD for one team, one DD for the other.
So, 11k net worth lead. Ancient exposed. LGD look for the 2-0. Xtreme really looking to hold on. It's going to be tough. But now, with the fact that they helped, I guess, by taking out the Aegis and LGD retreating, this next fight, it will have the double Ravage. So they have an opportunity to go in. They don't have Aegis anymore on Shiro.
They do have cheese, but also no slots on Shiro. This is a tough situation for them because 5 minutes, no buyback on Phantom Assassin, 5 minutes, no buyback on Ursa. So both teams, they want to kind of take it slow. Also, big items coming out in a bit more than 2 minutes.
Yeah, we'll see if this gets to the tier 5s. This is... With no Aegis, I could see LGD holding off. They picked up the double damage on Nothing to Say. So.
Mirana decided to go for BKB as her item, something that we didn't mention. I would prefer if that's something else. If this is like Wind Waker or something. I know it's a bit more expensive, but you can save people during the Dream Coil. You can save yourself. You can save others. DY We'll try to land an arrow and we'll get him, but the telekinesis one more time.
And Disc also popped there. So he's not going to have that for the fight. He used that to try and survive and go and have that supernova. They go to the static storm. They're going to be right on top of nothing to say. They've got the supernova in the backline.
Telekinesis.
Still the heck. They'll get the glimpse. It's going to be back into the static storm. No. Ravage comes out from JT. He's going to refresh it. He'll come with Shiro, but they've got the BKB. They'll go and get the kill, and it goes. Oh, Ravage going to be throwing punt against the kill. It goes with that Ravage. They'll go and get the kill into DY. Nothing to say he's going to fall. They'll get the kill into JT. 3-0's gone without buyback.
That's
Take out Kaka and Paparazzi trying to do it all. It's not going to be enough here from the Storm. They should be able to clean him up. They'll get the full team wipe, and LGD will lock down the 2-0 over Xtreme Gaming.
Man, those telekinesis. I wanted to see that shard so long ago. He picked it up.